Join me as I'll explain to you today why I started on social media 9 months ago and what my lessons are so far. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Erkka Suvando. Many of you call me EJ. I'm here to help you grow your business. If I think about myself, I used to be extremely goal-oriented. Outcome was life and death to me, whether I won or lost. A couple of years ago, I started looking at life as a process, as a journey. My ultimate goal nowadays is just to get better. I want to find out how good I am. Nothing else really matters. Because I know that if I do the right things, I will get to my outcome. I will always get what I deserve. If you think about life and entrepreneurship, the whole point is to turn the unknown into the known through trial and error. At the end of the day, tiny bit better every day, those small steps. So it's always been about personal and business life. In business, understanding what works today in today's attention-driven social economy. And in my personal life, facing my fears, getting out of my comfort zone, and doing the hard things that everybody else seems to be avoiding. So you want to get better, one might say. How do you know what to work on? What's your focus area? To me, there are two ways. Number one, I can listen to other people. And number two, I can listen to my own intuition. I've always been very good at trusting my gut, trusting my inside energy, which is my intuition. And I've sucked at listening to other people. It's still somewhat the same. I'm getting better on a daily basis when it comes to understanding what people think of me and those people who are ahead of me, the ones who I can learn from. Not just an average Joe on the street, but I want to learn from those people who are there where I want to go. Here's the principle I follow. I ask myself this question: am I going to regret this at the age of 90? If the answer is yes, it's only a matter of time when I have to make that change and face my fears. There's no other way. Because life to me, like I said in the beginning, is about finding out how good I truly am. Now we talked about the starting point and the background. How is this all related to social media? And what made me start from scratch, literally, with 0 followers, 0 customers, 0 revenue, roughly 8.5 months ago? Like I mentioned, this is both personal and business. When it comes to business, I did a lot of homework. I read books, I went through materials, I talked to companies, successful people about what works in today's attention-driven economy. If you think about it, the mobile phone that we all carry is the centerpiece of all the attention. That particular device used to be your TV remote control in the 90s. When people came home, they started flipping through those channels. Now, as long as mobile phone is your TV remote control, that's where all the attention is. People go to a dentist office, they wait for a bus at a bus stop. What do? They keep scrolling that endless Instagram feed. That's where all the attention is. When I realized that that's the case, I understood and decided that this is the channel, this is the platform where I also need to be. If you think about the rationale behind all of this, sales is the same as you going to your customers. Marketing is when the customers come to you. You go and create a brand for yourself or for your company. Then you go and market to make sure that those customers keep reaching out to you. You build that brand on social media, and social media is free. When I understood this equation, it changed my world and my thinking. That's when I realized that this is where I need to be. When I made that decision roughly 15, 16 months ago, it still took me almost 6 months to put my feet in the cold water. I was afraid. I was suffering from fear of losing face. I was avoiding criticism and all of the above, finding excuses why not to do it. And I asked myself, why is it that I'm avoiding that? Because I had my insecurities, I had my own weaknesses. So that's when I decided that it's time for me to do the same thing that so many people have done before me. And I'm glad I did. Now, 9 months after, what are the lessons that I have learned? So I had 2 objectives. Face my own fears, that was my personal objective, and then build that brand and learn how to record these videos, be in front of a camera, and pass on all the personal and business lessons to each and every one of you. I also wanted to build a legacy for my kids about facing those fears. What was the reason why I was so afraid of facing the criticism and other people's opinions? I started thinking about bad feelings overall and emotions in life. Why do we have this thinking or idea in our head that bad feelings are automatically bad for us? I think the answer is that we are so used to that instant feedback loop where everything has to feel good at the same time. If it doesn't, it must be bad for us. And I wanted to challenge and question that whole notion from the get-go. I was like, okay, so if this thing sucks and stings, whether it's anxiety or fear, is it automatically bad? Who decides that this particular feeling is not good for me? Because oftentimes, short-term pain leads to long-term gain. So I wanted to test myself, put myself under criticism and face my fears to make sure that I get comfortable with the uncomfortable. About my business objectives, I wanted to do another reset, which would be my third as an entrepreneur. The first one was in the US when I started my real estate company. The second time I did a full-blown reset from scratch was when I moved to Finland. And now this, starting my coaching business, was my third time. I wanted to see if I could build my brand, start my business, and see how well I could do at the end of the day. Because remember, my ultimate goal in life is to get better, tiny bit better every day, and find out how good I truly am. Okay, let's have some questions and answers here in the end. What are the pros and cons of being on YouTube and on other social media platforms? I would say that probably the biggest pro is that I get to do what I always wanted to do, which is to test myself, to see how good I truly am in the end. And now that I understand where all the attention is in today's society, and since I'm helping these other entrepreneurs to grow their business, I also need to practice what I preach, meaning build my brand, market, and be active on YouTube, try to help people, provide value. That's definitely one of the strengths of being active on YouTube. Con, I would say nothing really so far, other than a couple of interesting comments here and there, but that's really something that I actually look forward to as well, because one of the reasons why I wanted to start here was the fact that, like I mentioned earlier, I wanted to expose myself to criticism and other people's opinions, so develop a thicker skin, so to say. Ask me again in 3 months or 6 months, maybe if I have more subscribers and followers, maybe I have other things that come to my mind. But right now, it's been overwhelmingly positive. Still going deeper into the cons. So what would be the downside of being active? I mentioned that I'm extremely passionate about the things that I do, to the borderline of being obsessed about my future projects. And I would say that now that I'm in the beginning of my journey, I really want to do a lot of volume, meaning that this takes up a lot of my time. I still prioritize my kids above everything, but beyond that, I don't really have time to do anything else. I don't have that much of a social life right now. I train, I do business, and I hang out with my kids, try to be present. But other than that, that's about it. So I would say that probably the price I have to pay is less time with my friends, less social time, but that's the price I'm willing to pay. Next question. You seem like a guy who's very determined. How do you balance between quality and quantity? That's an excellent question. I am obsessed. When I'm onto something, when I have a project, when I have a deadline, or if I have something on my calendar, like right now, I want to post my long YouTube videos twice a week. It's extremely hard for my personality to say no to that. Sometimes I think I would benefit from that quality in me that would say that, hey, take it easy. Rather than just posting 2 average videos a week, just focus on quality and do just 1, which is super good. But my counter argument to that is that since I don't have that much experience yet, I don't really know, honestly, what good quality or excellent quality means on a daily basis. So I'm in the phase of doing a lot of volume, more, just to make sure I know what works. And since I'm in that mode of growing my audience, making sure that I get better on a daily basis, I still need to prioritize volume over value. It doesn't mean that I do it forever, but right now I need to make sure that I ramp up my numbers and make sure that I just do more to get better. Next question. Do you make money posting content? It's a funny question. I don't. And actually, my coaching business, I don't charge anything from my customers either. Why? And you might ask. Simply because I want to make sure that what I do provides value to my paying customer, to my future paying customers. So right now, I'm in the phase of proving myself, making sure that what I do, like I said, adds truly value. If I'm valuable, the money will always follow. And right now, I just went to the local grocery store and spent €5 on getting some vegetables that we're chopping here with the cameraman. So yes, I can live a pretty frugal life. I don't need to spend a lot of money on luxury items or anything like that. I enjoy good stuff in life, but I don't do this for the money right now. Money will come, like I said, if I'm good enough. Business is like any sport or game for that matter. It will always tell you how good you truly are. Like at the end of that soccer game or hockey game, there's a team that wins 6-5, whatever the final score is. Business is the exact same thing. There's a winner and there's a loser. And that's what I like about it. 2025 is about two things. I'm gonna grow my audience, online audience. I also want to help more people face to face. Time will tell. Thank you for watching. I don't take your time for granted. I highly appreciate every one of you watching these videos. Since I don't do this for the money, what I would appreciate is if you could like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. I'll talk to you later.